I want to inform all the policemen, as well as I think all the public servants, all of us who are on government payroll. We may have faced a little bit of pay. What you received in pay 26 of last year is not the same as what you have received this year. There are a couple of things we did, unbeknown to many. There's a 3% CPI adjustments that we've made. But principally, what was a deduction in the salary stemmed from the switch over into Pay 1 2024 did not pick up the Parliament's permanent establishment of you don't pay tax or tax-free threshold at 20,000. We made that permanent last year when we passed the budgets. So Papua New Guineans, basically their tax calculation starts at 20,000 kina upwards. For those of you who have been following how we've been giving assistance to our country, that was one intervention we made when the economy was tough, to assist in inflation-related burden that our people are facing. A couple of years ago with the COVID-19 and later the Ukraine-Russia war coming in, we were importing inflation also. So to mitigate and cushion the effect of a rising cost of living, we increased the non-tax paying threshold to 20,000 kina. The first time we did it in 2022 when we went to budget, it was for a 12-month period. Last year when we went to budget, we made it permanent. Unbeknown to all of us, including myself, in the rollover to the first salary of this year, the administrators of our system in finance and Department of Personal Management and Treasury didn't configure the computer pay calculation to make the non-tax paying threshold at 20,000 permanent. It remained at the 12-month range, and when the rollover happened in the first pay this year, it went back to the, I think it was 12,500. We lifted from 12,500. The earlier non-tax paying threshold was 12,500. When I took office in 2019, we lifted it to 17,500. And then when COVID-19 came in, last year we made it at 20,000. So the permanency of that 20,000 was not entrenched in our computer systems up there. And so it reverted back to 12,500. I want to indicate to all public servants, including our police and including our all the other members of our security forces, that this is not a tax increase in our 2024 tax revenue element. In fact, no tax increase has been made in 2024. Rather, we established the non-tax paying threshold to 20,000. So there's a gift from the country to those who wait. We'll correct this, and the next pay, the whatever has been deducted will be replenished, and next pay back to normal. The tax calculation, tax base starts at 20,000. What in effect it means is there's a little bit of extra take home for all workers, 60, 50, 60, 70 kilo. Mr. Tax Commissioner, IRC Tax Commissioner is here. He did indicate at the calculation what it means is at the minimum, every employee is now pocketing 6,000 kina at the minimum, correct? A year.
Yeah, every fortnight, yes.
But in the savings, when we have lifted the non-tax paying threshold.
Yeah, it depends on the scale.
Okay. So he will, if you have a question, you could ask him. But we lifted the non-tax paying threshold to 20,000. The system, the computer was not configured to make it permanent, and so the first pay you saw it went back to 12,500. So that is being reconfigured. As of next pay, we'll catch up on what has been lost and go back to the present level. That's something we gifted to the country. Gifted especially to those who are employed in public service. So, if you feel that it was taken from you, don't forget, it was not there 2 years ago until we lifted the non-tax-paying threshold to 17,500 and later to 20,000. And so the 20,000 is made permanent now. We rectifying the issue. The system is being rebooted to ensure that the 20,000 is the level that is baseline going forward should be okay. I want to apologize. I know those who are struggling, especially at the lower end of our salary structures, you feel the pinch the greatest. I do sincerely apologize. If we had caused you and your family inconvenience in the first pay of 2024, I do apologize. We are making that correction. The next pay, what is being lost will be returned to you through your pays. So that's what happened, and I want to appeal to all our police and nationwide. You don't need to resort to lawlessness. You don't need to resort to lawlessness and protest to ensure that your issues and grievances are heard. There are lawful ways through which your grievances and issues are heard. Police is a disciplined force. Defense is a disciplined force. Correctional service is a disciplined force. If it is disciplined, then you need to be disciplined. So any issues that is legitimate, they are correct, due process and avenues in which those issues must be raised and funneled through, and those responsible will assist in ensuring that those issues are addressed at the earliest. And so we've had your issues. The police minister was kind enough to step out to receive the grievances at first hand, and those issues have been addressed. I asked all police men nationwide. It is not only you, but all public servants are being also affected. Those who are under government payroll are being affected. It's a one common problem. Someone in the system didn't readjust it to a 20,000 non-tax-paying threshold level. It affected everyone right across. So don't think it was targeted at policemen. It was targeted one company against employees. It was a generic problem that is being reconciled as we speak, and next pay, when you receive your pay, you'll be back to the level that you're supposed to receive, including the extra that deducted, you place it back on top.